processes in life. Okay, imagine you're in the ocean, there's waves crashing in different directions. Some are picking you up, lifting you up, others are pulling you down, pushing you down, crashing you. You have to figure out how to flow, which currents to flow with. This isn't everyone's story, and I don't feel it's ever a permanent story unless we choose it to be. But it is a process. I've experienced it, and I experience it when I meet people that are in the process. It is the process of realizing your value, your worth. You are given experiences when you are young which limit you, forge you, form you, cultivate you, burn, tear, rip, cut, smash, level you, mold you, shape you. This is Saturnian energy. We always have words that can help us understand what these are for us. But the words are limiters, they're only the distinctions. And me saying that doesn't mean anything, you have to feel it yourself, and that's the process. So intrigue and envy, it's part of, they're part of the same life. When I was young, I went through these energies. Other people were happy. I didn't understand how they could be happy, how they could be so confident and have such good luck and shine. I didn't understand. I didn't think they deserved it. I held this rage, this energy, a charge. I wanted to put that fire out because it was reminding me of what was taken from me, what I had denied because I couldn't find it within myself. I was feeding dark circuit, it was a process. As I got older, I realized it was a blessing that we have people like that. Then I realized it was a progression, a process, it's realization. And then more complicated ideas and ideologies rise, karmas, dharmas, systems, vibrations, numbers, metrics, measurement, mind. And we lose the spirit in this distinction. This is Saturn castrating Uranus, falling into a communal cultivation in form. The mind is the body. It's a tuning instrument, or it can generate. We generate in our unconscious ways so that the polis may live. And now it behooves all of us to generate consciously, because that if there is a vibration, if there is resonance, if there is any cohesion, that's what it is. It's in spirit form. Peace. So this, just as an example, the center of the card here, where the two swords cross, that's the locus of control. And the control isn't about holding on to something, it's about not being able to forget. There is a sense of other in self and self in other. There's a union where you meet reality. Happening all the time. So when you have the choice is when you're aware of self. And it is self in action, not in mind, not an ideal, because then you're emulating. And the self in action comes from the heart, the creative. So when the locus, when the source of spirit is not fed to you from external and you're feeding it out, then the mind is in resonance with this, which is in a higher relation to existence, higher cycles, deeper cycles. You have a gift to not only create for yourself, but an obligation to create for reality, to be the Tao. And it doesn't feel that way if you're doing it. It only is an obligation if you're analyzing it or communalizing it like I'm doing. I have fallen into it many times. All of us have. And we've fallen out of it just as many. 15-time champion. Ric Flair's. It's the Ric Flair thing, the nature boy. It's a Aries to Scorpio, this fool who cannot stop. But so getting back to the topic, the intrigue and envy, I went through experiences that mutated me, stopped my growth, turned me into something I don't like. I tried to cultivate value, to bring meaning to this life. I accumulated obligations and responsibilities and a sense of duty, and it helped me to hold strong. But underneath there's all this anger and resentment and rage and a bent coil that needs to be released. And so you didn't have it as hard as me. You didn't have it as rough as me. You're privileged. You had parents that loved you. You weren't abused by them. You had a safe place. You had this or that. This didn't happen to you. So you don't know what it's like to be me. And I went through all of that energy. I realized I was a victim of the process. I would never change any experience that ever happened to me, or any choice I've ever made. I'm fortunate to be able to say that, and I wasn't always to say that, but I always knew there was reasons. I could feel it. And that's what we all feel. We don't have the language for it, otherwise we would have given up. So, we all got paths. Our nurture natures and nature nurtures, and it's beyond conception. So if you had a harder path than other people, then you had it for a reason. It was given to you because that was your path. It was what you could cultivate your spirit through. And it's up to you to do something about it. You can write the shittiest book and the last 10 pages can be phenomenal, and that's the maturation. That's the entirety of it. So whatever challenges are in your life, they're there because that's how you recognize your potential. You must cultivate it. You have to cultivate the value to know, to understand, to feel why that is worth something. Then the language starts to come to you and you don't even ask questions. Or so it seems. I mean, we fall in and out of these things in life. Alright, that's all I wanted to say. So thanks for watching, listening, and being.